Okay. So, the way I see it here, we need to change these. First and foremost, we need to change these. See, these. They are now holding the motors in place. They're gonna be a major pain because we want to have some lift arms resting on this here, and these need to go. That means that we need to provide an alternative way of bracing the motors. Let's see at the possibilities. I think we could brace them here in the back somehow, or here in the front. So if we are sliding the engine in, and we cannot have just something here, because we are having pins down in the brace for the differential. So we have to have some additional way of pinning them either here or here in the back to get rid of this. Inevitably, the tops of the motors will stick out. We cannot change that. In the best case scenario, we would put, and don't kill me, we would put stickers, red stickers on top of those. No, we could leave them as is because there will be a spoiler here kind of covering them, but to make them less obvious, we could put stickers on them, red stickers. Don't kill me. Okay. But yeah, we need to change these. Let's see. Let's take the back off. Yeah. There. So an idea would be to have them mounted to this here, I guess. But we do need to get rid of this here. What are the options? If we you know, the good part about this is it kind of prevents this whole thing from, you know, being pushed apart. So if I disconnect these, then, you know, this kind of happens. And if they are connected, you know, this kind of provides stability. So we want something. There are options, obviously. There always are. I am just thinking about them. And we need to have to keep in mind that whatever we do, this needs to be insertable, you know. Insertable. So this we cannot move. What can we do about this? Hold on. There might be an option here. I just don't want to have, you know, it sticking too much in, because then it's gonna make inserting the engine, or, you know, the whole thing here harder. difficult situation. Difficult situation. So, see, we need to get rid of this guy so that a red lift arm can rest on top of the frame here, and this is preventing it. Plus, I always wanted to get rid of this because you still can, lift, you see, everything up, which I don't like. Ideally, we would have it, a connector here, and then pin it in here. But that's not really an option here, because if we do that, we lose this connection option. The second option would be to pin it further in here, so the next pinhole. But then this would require us to have a something sticking out into the engine bay too much. Next thing would be that we attach something to the motors or change the lift arm going across. I don't want to raise it, or if we do raise it, we need to provide still a lift arm for the engine to attach. So if we would raise it, that would work. Then we can attach something to this from the bottom, and then if the lift arm here, the black lift arm is then not black, but we make it red, because it's gonna be visible from outside. Could be okay. There's only one way to find out, of course. Let's try something. For this, of course, we need to extract the whole thing again. And let's see how easy / difficult it is with all the thing that with all the things that we have inside of the car right now, because I put everything we have in there. So these need to go. These need to go as they are. They cannot be here. Okay. So obviously we need to disconnect everything. We need to extract the seats. They are still a little bit fragile because I don't have the right parts. And I'm probably gonna butcher them to do it like this. So I need to do this. Come on. There we go. It's a good thing that they are kind of foldable. They're kind of foldable. That's good, but this needs to change. There's a more efficient way to do it, but I don't have all the parts that are needed, so don't worry about that. There we go. Now we need to dislocate this, and we need to dislocate this. There. Okay, and of course, the standard, this engaging the drive shafts. My favorite. My absolute favorite. Yeah. Of course. why would it be simple if it can be difficult? Yeah. Okay. But since this is gonna go probably in and out a few times, you know, I'm going to just remove the drive shafts, and we are at the moment not putting them back in because we don't need the car to be driven. So I'm just gonna remove the drive shafts on each side. Okay, there. Yeah, fun. Fun. I love this. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, now now we can, you know, move the engine in and out at will. I did disconnect everything, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why are you not going out? Not. Drive shafts are out. There is literally nothing. Ah. Okay. So I was afraid this would happen, but you know, I had the bright idea to enhance the chassis stiffness with this panel. But of course, it's in a very peculiar spot where we have both the on top of this is the steering, and this is the bottleneck where we cannot lift the whole thing out more than we just did. So this needs to be redesigned, sadly, by something tinier. Yeah. Something tinier. We'll see. Probably in here, yeah. Whatever. There's scope for, we can make this longer, and then there's a, you know, something that's gonna be here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Something that's gonna be here instead of here. So we have, you know, that 1 or 2 studs of slack. So we need to remove this, sadly. Okay. Yeah, now we're going. Now we can do the extraction. Okay. I'm going to remove this as well for now. Okay, and this as well, because, you know, it's just in the way. Right. So let's tackle the top of the gearbox first. So we want to change this here. And while we're here, I also want to change the gear ratio here, because I think the car is too fast. So we're gonna change the gears. These gears on the motors are gonna be smaller, and the gear in the middle is gonna be bigger, so that, you know, we reduce the speed. Come So, gears first. So, the other way around. Kill me now. Kill me now. Of course. There we go. Okay. Somehow I would like to put in this one, but I have only one. Interesting. This was standing out a little bit more, but yeah. This setup is probably gonna be better in the long run for both the motors and the car. It's tiny bit slower, you know, but the motors are gonna work less with the weight of the car, and the car is gonna be slower. We'll see how that effect is gonna impact the gearbox, but for now, this is we are keeping that problem till the end. Okay, so this guy here is gonna sit higher. It is gonna sit higher, but it's not gonna feature these, because these are gonna be lower, and we are still gonna use this, sadly. So we're gonna use this here, and this as well. So the engine is gonna be connected to these. So the motor downstairs can be connected to this, and we have these onto which we connect the chassis. Yeah, and it's red, of course, to be invisible. We'll see how this goes, of course. Might go terribly wrong. Okay, and now I need to prepare the part on the car, which is gonna be so. So in an ideal world, I might have the right part for this. Today is my lucky day. I hope this works. And I fucked up, of course. Yeah. I fucked up. Okay. Yeah. So, my idea, of course, was to have this part sticking out like this, and then we would pin the red part to this. But this is not gonna happen, obviously, not like this. So I need to think. What part could we use to do that? On second thought, hold on, hear me out. So if we put the engine and gearbox back in, there, and if we don't attach this yet, so if we here come on. If we use this here, hey then, welcome back to the stream, I guess. If we use this here, come on. Of course, the remainder of this guy is still in. There we go. We're going to optimize this a little bit, but for now. So, if we treat this here as a divider between the engine bay and the back part here, since the engine cover, I think it's gonna be a separate, we're gonna have the engine cover here. It's gonna lift up, but the engine cover is gonna end here. Since there's gonna be a spoiler here, and the engine cover cannot go much past here anyway, and we still can have a boot. We still can have it, because if we put this back in, there is enough room for a tiny something, maybe for the storage for the key and the hand of God steering that we can store behind here. That's an idea, because there's definitely no room for that in the front. This here, by the way, I think should be routed through here and then here, so that it doesn't interfere. We can route it nicely, but that's not important right now. Everything's gonna come out at least once more anyway. So, okay, we have this here, and we put this back on. Yeah. So, if we did this part here a little more efficiently, now that we realize that we could put something in there, we could you know, putting a cover over this isn't that difficult to lift it up. You know, I have specifically bought, you know, parts like these that we could, you know, we could use here and have a hinge here, and then this would just lift up, you know, and we can have a storage compartment in here. Not a boot like in the real car where you have, you know, true space, but storage compartment for the key and the hand of God steering, so you can put them somewhere when the model is on display, and you know, that's my idea. So we make this, all of this, more efficient somehow, which is entirely possible because we use way too much parts here, way too many parts here. Sorry, this is not English simplified, aka American. Yes. So now that we have this cross member here, which terminates the rear part from the front, we could use, I guess, something here. Maybe it's something that's coming here from this side, but we have to keep in mind that we want the engine bay cover to be kind of flush with this in a sense, I guess. Let me just quickly build this. What do we need here? Okay. You know, we could have something like this. It comes to this edge. And just playing, you know, just playing with things. So it looks kinda legit from the rear. There's of course these two humps that we just cannot wish away. As I said, in best case scenario we would use stickers, or just, you know, just own them and say, well, you know, here they are, you know. Obviously what I would do is I would dress the area here up so that we have red red parts surrounding them, so that we don't have the holes here. That we would do, of course. Luckily we have these cable guides, so we can, you know, force the cables to be in the exact position that we need and want. This guy here can be either red, or we can, well, we can't move it, but we can use maybe another part for this job. Yeah, we could use another part for this job. Would increase the parts count, but you know, what can you do? So here for this guy, it would be more than ideal if this here was a different part. But since this is all of these are also gonna be part of the support structure for the spoiler, I need to see the fucking model in CAD to see how Christian did the spoiler. I'm pretty sure he solved this, but I just did not pay attention to this because, you know, other things. And once I see how the spoiler is connected, then we can see how we're gonna make the hinges for this. And then of course we need to make this, all of this, much more efficient, so fewer parts, because see this panel here is really hardly visible from the rear, since it's it's all covered by the plates, and we could maybe lose it and do things a little differently. Yeah, maybe. So it's a complex situation, I guess. So let me get control of the mouse. Camera, what the fuck? Please focus. Please focus. Thank you. Okay. Cameras these days, they're like kids, so unfocused. Just give me a few seconds. Or minutes. Hopefully not hours. Possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I hope it will be a set, because I'm pretty sure this will make a lot of people very happy. But okay, let's see how the spoiler on the real Countach is. I need to remove the car to gain access to the keyboard. I have no idea. That's up to, I guess, Kada to decide if they decide to pick it up. I would, the set, if you build it from Bricklink and order parts from Kada, I guess, because you need to, it's using Kada special parts that you cannot buy from Lego. I guess you would be spending almost 1,000 euros on parts. But if it becomes a set, I guess it will cost in the ballpark of 250 to 300, I guess. Ish. Or less. I could be mistaken. I'm not employed in marketing or accounting, so of the manufacturer, so I could not tell you. Okay. It is impossible to build without Countach parts. Many solutions in this car are specifically designed with the Countach parts. Specifically. There is no Lego replacement for them. If you would, if you would like to use Lego pieces, you would need to completely redesign a few things. Like, completely. Right. So Christian's version of the spoiler. Well, it's it has a lot of expensive red panels. It has a lot of frames, the wheels, all of the motors and stuff. It sums up. It's a lot of parts, and brickling prices are brickling prices. Yeah. So I'm looking at how the spoiler is attached. So we are looking at approximately. It starts here. So the pillar for the spoiler starts here, and it ends here. So we have a pillar like this, and it's bolted to this part here. Christian used a part that I cannot identify at the moment, here-ish, but the part goes on the side of this. That would be slightly awkward for us using this here, and I really want to use this because as a cover this is really just as simple as it gets. You cannot make it any simpler than this. This is a little sus though. I'm not sure if this is gonna we'll see. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. So my idea would be to utilize, of course, this and this, or remove them to use some Technic bricks to Technic lift arms to do this. But that would make everything more bulky, and we don't want to do bulky if possible. But the spoiler needs to be kind of vertical, I know we're tackling many things at the same time. What are we having here? Just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5. So ideally I would like the spoiler to be made out of plates, not bricks. So I would like it to be made out of system plates, not Technic bricks or Technic panels, because this is too bulky. Too bulky, I think. And the spoiler would be, you know, somewhere here-ish. Yeah. Like this. It's black, of course, because I only have these in black, but imagine the spoiler being here, I guess. But at this moment, what we are going to do is we are going to do what Lamborghini did. The spoiler on the Countach was an afterthought. So it wasn't originally part of the design. So we are not gonna include it in the design at this stage. I mean, we will do the spoiler, obviously, but I'm going to skip it at the moment. Let's solve all of this, and then we're gonna see. Maybe we can, you know, utilize space here and here to have a attachment for a spoiler that's gonna be brick built ish. You know, we'll see. I think it's possible that we add the spoiler just like the real car. We add it as an afterthought here. So we change this lift arm and this lift arm for something else that allows us to install the spoiler. There are possibilities here, and the spoiler would be, we could use still, you know, panels or wedges or whatever from this, you know, space or city, and then put a spoiler on that's made out of plates. There would be some bricks on the plates. God forbid, it's, you know, it wouldn't be smooth, but or maybe it would. Maybe there are plates that allow this for us to do this. We'll see. But for now, I'm not gonna concern myself with that. Let's cover all of this up. There is a message. Yeah, maybe. It can be done, you know, afterwards. I play with this. I will play with this in CAD later. Okay, let's do this first, and then let's cover up all of this, and then mount this to the chassis. In a way, I don't know how. We could even omit this red lift arm entirely and have you know, something that's gonna attach the motors to the chassis here on this side, you know, pinned to something here. Maybe. What we need to do is we have to find a way to quickly remove the latches for this, because if we want to remove the engine, we need to remove this, and then of course this. So ideally the latches for this here would be attached to this here, not the chassis. Yeah, so that, you know, we remove it, then the engine can be extracted right away. Yeah, and there are possibilities. there are possibilities to do that. If we have it like this, this is, yeah, 2 stud, so it's 1 2 1 2 wait. So I can better judge where it needs to be. Come on. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is an experiment. I will position it here. Needs to be no. Maybe it's a half a stud affair, of course. Obviously. Probably in both height and depth. Okay. Is it still working? Yeah. Probably gonna hit this. This would be a I don't dare to say it half a stud higher. Half a stud higher. Maybe if we redesign this would clear it. Or wait for it. If we go the simple route, we just use hinges. You know, we need to attach them somehow, but it is a possibility. they would need to be in a impossible position ish, or not. Would this be super flimsy? I wonder. Hold on. This would probably be horrible. But I might get away with it. Maybe. No. No, no. I'm probably not gonna get away with it, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Fuck it. I'm gonna try it anyway, just for my own enjoyment. There. Yeah, even like this, it's problematic here. And it's too far ahead. If we use this here, and then this, yeah, I'm not gonna even open it. It would need to be one step further ahead. Come on, yeah, of course. Still might work, but my hopes are at this point very low. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, for fuck's sake. My fingers. Yeah. Nope. Nope. That would be kind of the ideal position. But it hits this. And if it hits this here, it'll hit this here. We could try to lower this. Basically by using a different part. You know, redesigning this thing here. But no. Looks too good to be true. Anyway, hold that thought. I need to pee. I'll be back in a moment. Hear me. There I am. Okay. That is interesting now. Yeah. Okay, we can redesign this. Then it would be a tiny gap here between the engine and this. We would need to redesign specifically this panel here. It cannot be here. Fine with me. Yeah. So in order for us to have the trunk lid, which I at this point want, I really want the trunk lid now. I really do. So fuck it. Let's see what we can do here. So these three guys need support in the rear. So we definitely don't want them to separate. That's why we have this here. And if we use this here, we can't, because it's in line with this here. Yeah, you can use Lego buggy motors, no problem. If you can find them for a normal price, you can use Buis motors as well, or Kada motors. They're cheap. It's not a huge deal. The main appeal of this is, of course, that it makes everything stiffer. But there's other ways to achieve that, I guess. We can use our trusty connectors here. Up here we're gonna do something else, because obviously what we want is to cover up this area here. So we are gonna see what we can do here. Okay, these are gonna stay, and these we're gonna replace. right? Here, this isn't crucial, so we can do whatever we want there eventually. So let's put this back together. Go. And we're going back in. So now we have more of a fighting chance for our trunk lid. Right. I'm thinking of how to make this more parts efficient and lighter. Specifically lighter. Specifically lighter. If we want these, and I kind of want them, we want something like this, but a more efficient way of pinning them in place without this part here. Just a second. A different idea. Or maybe yes. Maybe yes. I don't know. We could, you know, now that we have the room, could use these. That would be mounted on this here, but they would need to be mounted at an angle. That's the only problem. Hold on. What if we used these? Or these? At this point, there are many options. Many options. All right. Black ones. Wait, where did I? Yeah, for example. Just playing with options. Just playing with options. If we could have them, like here. Yes. I mean, now that we have the gap, we could have them here. Okay. Do we want it to be one at a time? I think I do. No, but that's perfect. It's perfect. I want this to be half a stat higher. Kill me now. Kill me now. Yeah, to have the hinge, you know, in a better position so that we can basically flip this at 90 degrees, you know, because right now we are not able to do this. Only here, because there's, you know, a gap, but here we won't be able to. Yeah, but if we maybe used these and not these, and have the hinges now, yeah, they can be at 90 degrees. Yeah, okay. Okay, nope. Nope. Yeah, trunk needs to open. Trunk needs to open. Just let me think this thought till the end. I have an idea. Not sure how good it is. Probably crap, but I may have something. I'm just gonna try this, just for to see the geometry. Well, it's not gonna be. No, we're gonna do it different. Just for testing. Just for testing. Okay. Let's see if we can. Barely. Yeah, we can. We can. Okay, it does open. It, we have tons of slack, but this should work. Now we have to attach it properly, but it should work. Well, obviously, we need to attach this differently, but this kind of works. We need a axle hole here, or some other way to attach this. Because obviously we want to. Come on. We want to redesign this here to have more, to allow us to have more volume here. And push these attachment points maybe one step further out, because we definitely can do that. Yeah, it's absolutely possible immediately, even without getting rid of the panel here, which I would probably maybe. Can get rid of this. That's easy. And then Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this. Don't need this here. Don't need this here. Or this. Or this. Ish. So what this benefits us is we gain a stud here. Not sure what we're gonna do with this, but we need an axle hole here. Axle hole here. Let me think how we're gonna get it. So obviously we're gonna have an axle here connecting this part and this part. Or a connector with axle holes on each side, or something. Oh yeah, it's so simple. So simple. So simple. We are going to have this here. What we are gaining here is this. It's just one step below. Okay, it's one step below. Fine, fine. Okay. But then we don't have to use this here. Then we can use the regular one. this. Let's see how this works in practice. And the trunk lid, of course, theoretically, is removable with the trunk. Obviously, we want to do something, you know, to not fight with this every time we remove this, or we can just open the trunk and, you know, do this. Yeah, let's see how this works on both sides. With the whole trunk lid in place. Is a way to do this better, I think. Let's see. We have a trunk. We have a trunk. It is not perfect, but it is ours. We need to trim these parts a little bit. And of course, since we need some depth in the trunk, as I mentioned before, I want to get rid of, well, not rid, but reposition these probably to the outside, not to the center part, and then we can store the key and the hand of God steering in here. That's the main function of this. And you know. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, let's see. This we need to streamline a little bit more. Probably we use an axle with stop here or something. So obviously this is too heavy anyway. It is too heavy anyway. We can use, of course, these here. Yeah, okay. So we don't need these at all. We are using blue pins here. This same on this side. Okay, now we can get rid of this here for starters. These here we can do differently. Because that's how I positioned them at the moment. They, like, if I wanted them closer, I need to change this here. Okay. Can we store the key here? This, well, it depends on which key. I kinda butchered this one. That's a no in this way, but it's a no matter what we do. So we need more. Yeah, trunk is, you know, kind of tiny. We would probably want to get rid of this here. But how? There is probably some trickery with this part here, where we can get rid of it. So we keep this here, and this black part here is gonna be a tile, basically. So the regular key, where is the regular key? I can find it. The regular key is even bigger. We cannot even position it like this because it's like too fucking big. We could make it a bit smaller, I guess. But it needs to be this long. Needs to be this long. Otherwise you cannot reach in. There. It needs to be this long, otherwise you are hitting stuff here. Even like this, if we have the dashboard here, this is gonna be a problem. This one, it's, I guess, less of a problem because it's a little bit higher and stuff. I don't know. I like this key, you know. When, you know, we would dress it up a little bit more, it's gonna be looking good. And it, you know, if the trunk is big enough, it has potential to be stored here. But we need to make some room for it, you know, I guess. These are worrying me because they are kinda in the way. They're not. They are, but they're not. Kinda. You know. Everything here is a little bit fluid. It's a hole. For example. Well, we could always make a different key. A key that's specifically designed to be stored here. It would need to be some sort of foldable key, maybe not with a spring, but you know, we would want to place it in here, in, you know, in a capacity. I don't know. Yeah. If we removed this here and extended the lift arm here, no, but then we could do basically no, only no, not in this way. then we have a hole here. I would gladly do that, Basti. Gladly. I would gladly push them further apart, but that's not an option. That is not a realistic option. Wait. What if we do something crazy? What the fuck? Ah, okay, I get it. I don't know, counterintuitive. Just trying something. Yeah, that solves it. That solves it. Fine. Great. Okay, and makes everything tighter, I guess here. Good. Good. I guess we're gonna live with the gap here. Since they are black, this gap is gonna be less visible. But I would like to have something here. You know, here. Here and in the middle here, so that we, kind of cover this up as much as we can. This, and of course these two would receive ish. You know, I'm using this only so I can hold it with my hand. Otherwise, it would be another flat lift arm. Ish, yeah. How are we gonna attach anything to this? I don't know. We could use these, of course. Maybe. And we still need to address how to mount the motors. We still are hanging in the air there, literally. These are still not attached to the chassis yet, but we need to do that in a way that then does not interfere with the hood. And how to route the cables, I don't know that either. Do tell. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, the biggest issue is that because we are attaching this to the differential, but we do want this, do we? We kind of do, right? So what I'm talking about, so that you're not confused. So I'm talking about these blue pins. These blue pins that we use to attach the whole thing here into the frame here, so that it doesn't move front to back. You know, it's kind of important. We do need them, but at the same time they prevent the engine from being just slid in entirely. We need to here at the end we need to do this at an angle which kind of prevents us from doing the mounts here in a way that they would just slide in. Yeah. Unless we do a sneaky bit. Yeah, I have to think about it. Yeah. So next stream is gonna be on Friday probably. Many things will happen till the next stream. Behind the scenes, me and Christian will probably be busy doing stuff here. Fuck me, we can do this better. Busy doing stuff here. I have so many things to do in real life, so we'll see. Fuck me. So I hope I can do another stream over the weekend. Not gonna promise anything, but definitely Friday, bar unforeseen circumstances. Okay, that's too much. Okay, that's too much. Yeah. Nice. So the Friday stream may not may or may not include the car. As Ben said, bearings are on the way, so we need to create an engine, basically a very simple two-piston pneumatic engine that we are first gonna equip with normal plastic Lego bearings, you know, lift arms, axles and lift arms, the same we did until now. But we need to do the engine, or design the engine in a way where the exact bearing surfaces that we use are gonna be replaced by Ben's ball bearings. So we're gonna run not in the stream, but after the stream I'm gonna make videos, and you know, we're gonna test the results. We want to see how much of an impact on engine speed and power, mainly engine speed, that's what we can measure, the bearings have. That's what we want to observe. Is there a difference? Is there no difference? What is the difference? These are the big questions. I'm pretty sure there are gonna be differences. What and how much, that's what we want to find out. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next stream.